podcast. Visit creativefloorsonline.com because expert guidance makes all the difference.
You have a real estate planner, you have a financial, and then a estate planner. Why not a real estate planner? You should. Hi, Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner. For over 50 years, Loveland Properties has helped Central Floridians plan their housing and commercial real estate needs.
I don't
Are you
know
looking for
what
your
it's
dream home?
doing.
Call us for a buyer consult. Time to sell your dream home and downsize. Looking for 4 bedrooms, 4-car garage, or 4 acres? Are you lakefront and want chain of lakes? Looking for 3 rentals to pay you $10,000 a month, or just 1 rental to pay you $10,000 a month?
Hello?
1031 exchanges? We can help. Rent mom and dad's house or sell it. It's important to have an experienced planner guide you through the process of selling, buying, and managing real estate so you can meet your financial goals. After 50 years, we probably help sell, buy, or manage the property on your street. Call Loveland Properties for your real estate plan or buyer consult. 407-352-8118. That's 407-352-8118. Or visit cleveloveland.com. Join us every Saturday at noon for the Loveland Report.
Is
The
this?
guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing
Hi.
leaf-related questions. Hey, everybody.
I
Chris
don't
here.
know how. Add to stage. Am I in the stage?
Install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter trusted pros are in your neighborhood ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
This hour was paid for by the host and does not reflect the opinion of WDBO.
I am not understanding
Here on WDBO
how
AM
this works.
580, always streaming inside your WDBO app if you want to join the conversation. I happen to be talking with 2 certified financial planners live on the air right now, Joe Bird and Rodney Ownby from the Certified Financial Group, available to you for free at 844-580-9326. 844-580 WDBO. Feel free to send in your open mic using the free WDBO app. And Joe, Rodney, if I could throw a question at you guys right now. I got a question from a listener. They sent it directly to me, so I wanted to just pass it along to you. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right, this one comes to us. It says, due to job loss, my mortgage has been on a deferment of reduced payments. This just hit my credit report. I went from a score in the 800s, excellent, to now the low 600s, fair. How long will it take for my score to go back up once the mortgage is again in good standing? And there's a part 2 about how best to pay off that mortgage.
Okay. Well, the short answer there is it could be up to 7 years before it's back to where you were. However, if you get that mortgage up to speed, you could accelerate that and reduce it by 7 years. So that's,
It starts to repair.
it starts to repair itself. Yes. So,
Okay.
and what's part 2?
Part 2 says, I can borrow against my investments from a non-retirement trading account at 8.75% as a margin loan. I was thinking of using that to pay off higher credit cards that are accruing at least 20% interest, and my utilization of available credit is currently at 12%. Continue to increase given the loss of income. Should I do the margin loan even though I'm still under mortgage deferment while I wait for more income to come through, or just hold steady and not touch anything? The goal here is to keep the credit rebound, or to rebound the credit as quickly as possible. Yeah.
What do you think, Randy? She needs a slug of cash.
Yeah, and it's a non-retirement account, so it seems like she could access that. She could access that cash. That's a little less frightening to me than the borrowing margin against it. Yeah, I mean,
Are you suggesting? Are you suggesting that she liquidate her investment account or do the margin loan?
I'm suggesting that she use some of the investment account, or
Really?
liquidate a portion of it,
Really?
to pay the 20% plus credit cards. You think the margin?
Yeah. Well, 8.75%, you're kind of pushing the envelope there.
Right. It's not a retirement account.
It's not a
She has
retirement
access.
account. Then you got to look at any tax consequences to get that money. You've got gains on it.
Right. Exactly.
You have to weigh that out. It's probably a toss-up. If the interest rate wasn't close to 9% there, I might. But definitely, you want to reduce the credit card.
Exactly. Those 20% plus ones need to go away.
Yes. And then take that savings and then begin to apply it toward. Depending on how deep her credit card situation is.
Right.
You'd have to have it. You'd have to have it looked
I
at.
said 12% of utilized credit.
Yes. Yeah. So there's no clear answer because there's a lot of variables involved here. But I think you're on the right track that you've got the ability to get up, definitely to get out from underneath the high interest rate credit card. That makes sense. And then if you could use that some of that money perhaps to correct the mortgage situation, depending on what the size of her account is. Think about this. If she takes the money from on margin and uses it to pay down the credit cards, and then also to bring her mortgage up to speed, it's almost like a home equity loan.
Right.
I don't have to crunch the numbers.
You'd have to see some of the details of what's in the account and all that, and then emergency cash comes into play.
Right.
This is a
lot of variables.
Yeah. Sorry to hear
but
that.
I like the thinking, creative stuff, a little outside the box there, but but certainly focus on the high interest rate credit cards by all means, and you can get out from any of the 7 years if you begin to get that mortgage up to speed, and liquidating the investment account may be the way to do that.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much, Rodney. If you want to call in with a question
Interesting.
of your own, we got open lines available for you. 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO. Send in your open mic using the free WDBO app. Or if you're that listener and you want to get into the specifics, you got the answers that Joe and Rodney need to give you a more detailed answer. Wynn Smith is available to take your calls off the air. Available right now at 407-869-9800. That's 407-869-9800. Conversation with the Certified Financial Group. You are listening to On the Money, where we're planning tomorrow
today
with the Certified Financial Group.
This is WDBO. Orlando's news, weather, and traffic starts now.
Good morning. It's 9:30 here at WDBO. I'm Michelle Wargo with our top story. Multiple weather alerts have been issued for Orlando and Central Florida as dangerously cold temperatures and strong winds impact the region for the next several days. According to the National Weather Service, an extreme cold warning is issued when, quote, extremely dangerous cold conditions or wind chill values are expected or occurring. Wind chills could be as low as 8 degrees, significantly below freezing. By this afternoon, the winds will pick up and expect wind gusts between 30 and 45 miles per hour. The coldest air will be here on Sunday morning. Florida could ban Medicaid payments to Planned Parenthood.
693 was approved Thursday by the Healthcare Facilities and Systems Subcommittee. Pro-life leaders see it as a crucial step in defunding the abortion giant, but opponents say it will cut access to essential health services. The Senate will consider a similar bill. Laurel Lee, WDBO News.
Deputies in Orange County responded to a house fire in Orlando where a man later locked himself inside a vehicle in the driveway. The incident happened around 7 p.m. on Friday at a home on Treasure Island Court. Fire crews quickly extinguished the fire. While deputies were on the scene, a man in his 20s locked himself inside a vehicle in the driveway and initially refused to come out. After several minutes of conversation, the man left the vehicle and was taken to the hospital for evaluation. Fire crews put out the house fire, and the state fire marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Also, Cape Cod potato chips are no longer going to be made in Cape Cod anymore. The Campbell's Company, which owns the brand, says that the factory that produces them is set to close this spring. Campbell says the location only produces about 4% of the total amount of chips and that the site no longer makes economic sense for the business. Cape Cod potato chips will continue to be made in other plants in Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. It's 9:33. I'm Michelle Wargo, WDBO News.
Prescription drugs are costing more than people can afford. For some, it's become a struggle to survive. Healthcare is expensive, and I work in healthcare.
Oh,
Action 9
hello.
Investigator Jeff Deal unveils the drastic
Do I get
prices.
tickets?
Why you could be paying more.
Are you talking about Bubba? BTS is behind the scenes.
How to find deals on the drugs you need to stay alive.
An American should not have to go through this.
Live today at 5 on Eyewitness News.
Not Bubba the Love Sponge.
Honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just.
I'm still learning how to use this StreamYard thing. What is Bubba giving away?
Coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure talk.
Yeah, Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Scorching temps are right around the corner, so schedule your HVAC tune-up now and avoid the rush. On $39 with Rinaldi Home.
Watch me edit some stuff.
For over 50 years, we'll keep your AC running bright as rain. RinaldiHomeservices.com.
Start the year off stress-free and sell your home with Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate.
I'm going to keep my pool running. It depends on what you think, but I've got lots of exposed from the hose bibs and let just a little bit of water trickle out of that to keep the water flowing. Low to mid 20s in Northwest Orange County. We don't want those pipes freezing up. Garden hoses from the hose bibs and let just a little bit of water trickle out of that to keep the water flowing. I'm going to keep my pool running. It depends. Low to mid 20s in Northwest Orange County. We don't want those pipes freezing up. Also, cover up those water softeners if you have one on the side of your house because they have those exposed pipes. And a good idea, too, to go ahead and let, say, a sink or a bathtub run, not with a drip, 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 but with a slow stream of water during the coldest weather. That'll be Saturday night, Sunday morning, possibly even again Sunday night to keep water from freezing up around your house.
That's long, but good.
We're all going to have to get prepped for this unseasonably cold weather around your home. Just a couple things you can do, at least around the Terry house. I'm going to disconnect those garden hoses. At least around the Terry house. Just a couple things you can do. I'm going to disconnect those garden hoses from the hose bibs and let just a little bit of water trickle out. Just a couple things you can do. Just a couple things you can do. Just a couple things you can do. A couple things you can do.
I got one like. Thanks, Sam. Are you watching now? Nobody's watching now. Well, at least it's going. I don't really know how to work this, but y'all can just watch me.
Financial future to get you to and through retirement. That's what this show does. They're here to answer your questions during this hour. So if you want to call in, we got Joe Burt and Rodney Ownby, 2 certified financial planners with the Certified Financial Group, taking your calls today at 844-580-9326. 844-580-WDBO. Also have Wynn Smith taking calls off the air. If you want to get right into the command center there, inside the walls of Certified Financial Group. Winsmith taking your calls off the air. Available at 407-869-9800. 407-869-9800. Joe, Rodney, what do you say we hit some questions that came into us here?
Let's do them. Before we do that, I'm going to get back to a little bit about the drop in silver in the last 24 hours or so. What may have caused that. There's some speculation that it was Trump's appointment of Kevin Warsh as the new Fed chair. You think it's heard about that, Rodney?
I did.
Because he is more of a inflation hawk, and inflation, make it strengthen the stronger dollar, pushes down the prices of commodities. So when we're looking at weaker dollars, we've happened in recent times here. It pushed up the price of gold and silver, but Kevin Warsh's appointment has influenced the market somewhat. Certainly a 30% drop in one day is a big deal.
Right, exactly.
So anyway, all right, let's take the questions there, Josh. What do you got?
You got it. This one comes to us from Rich in Longwood, and Rich has got a pretty simple question. Rich wants to know if he can retire with debt.
Can you retire with debt? Well, it depends on how much and what kind. What do you think? What's your
the quality of the debt, right?
Right.
The 20+% credit card is probably not a good idea to retire with that.
No, for sure.
But if you're, you got a mortgage balance that you're paying 2.5% or 2 3/4, I've seen that many times.
Right. Or if you're in the tail end of a mortgage,
Exactly.
I think it's the old psychology that I want to retire debt free. Debt isn't bad if you control it, if it's the right kind of debt.
Right. If you get the cash flow to cover it and it's not crazy interest rate.
Right.
And you've done planning and looked at your cash flow, right? And you can manage it, then it's perfectly okay.
And one of the worst things to do is to perhaps cash in investments and get, just to reduce the debt, unless, like you say, it's a high interest rate credit card, like we had that email come in earlier. But debt in and of itself is not bad as long as it's manageable. It's the right kind of debt. So I think the old adage of retire debt free, I don't necessarily buy into that.
There's an emotional
component
to that, right?
Yes.
That makes you feel really good about it. But if you're managing it, then there's no issue having
for sure
quality debt.
Yep. So we have to hope that answers the question. You got another one there, Josh?
I do, and if you want to call in, we got some open lines available to you, 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO. Geraldine's got a question that's pretty on topic. Geraldine wants to know, should I buy physical silver or an ETF?
Geraldine, boy, that's a name we don't hear very often. I went to school with a girl named Geraldine, but that's another story. All right. So what do you think, Rodney?
You could do both. You could do what you said. You can actually, through Fidelity, you said you can own physical gold or silver.
You can have it shipped to you if you want.
Yeah, you can put it in your safe in your house.
Under your pillow.
And if you have Fidelity hold the physical gold for you, then you get some fees associated with that, right? And then they'll liquidate it for you, but they'll charge you a fee to do that as well. So the ETF gives you more liquidity. I mean, that ETF typically owns physical gold for you, and then if you want to liquidate it quickly, you can do that. So it's a little more flexibility.
That's the way to do it. Yep.
Either way is fine. I mean, either way you own silver and have exposure to that asset category.
Yep, for sure.
You could do both, right? You could do a little bit of the physical silver and ETF.
Yep. So we hope that answers that question. So what else you have there, Josh?
I got plenty coming your way. Jimmy wants to know. Jimmy says, should I be paying off my mortgage early or investing instead?
Well, it all depends on your situation, Jimmy. What do you look at, Rodney? So for somebody sitting across the desk from you and he asks you this question, what are you going to tell them?
So it depends a lot on the rate, right? So rates now on 6% plus, and you're trying to generate over a period of time 6% on your portfolio, you're sort of at a point of indifference, right? You could do either and get around the same return from that. If you're like a lot of people we see who have older mortgages that are the 2-3.5% range, you're probably better off investing that, right? And not necessarily paying. Again, that's really good debt.
Right.
If you've got a low rate like that, and you can probably over time, as long as you take a long-term perspective on this, generate higher returns for investing those funds.
Yep. And once again, it all depends on the rate, what the loan is for. The ability to deduct interest today for most people that's out the window.
Right.
So that benefit is gone for a lot of folks, but it's something to consider. And those are the things that Rodney and I and the 15 other certified financial planners analyze when you come to see us to do retirement planning, we look at all those variables that you have to take into consideration, what your debt is, what the term of the debt is, what else you've got coming in to service that debt, and what's the possibility of losing the income stream that you're counting on to service that debt.
Right.
And then try to figure out what the best course to do. So once again, that's what Roddy and I and the 15 other certified financial planners do for our clients, providing retirement planning, investment management for a fee. As I said in the opening, we do it for a fee on Monday through Friday, but we are right here for you right now, absolutely free. So anything on your mind, why don't you throw out the numbers again, Josh, so we can see if there's some listeners out there.
Trying to figure out what I'm
If you
doing.
want to join the conversation, help you get to and through retirement, hop on the air and just chit chat with some award-winning financial advisors. I invite you to call in right now. We have Joe Burke and Rodney Ownby, 2 certified financial planners with the Certified Financial Group, taking your calls at 844-580-9326. 844-580-WDBO. And again, we can also take your open mics inside the WDBO app. I'm not surprised, Joe and Rodney, that silver and metals are on the mind today because, gold has been having a slow rise and silver just shot up recently, and they both took a bit of a dip yesterday.
I heated up some food and I forgot about it.
Whenever I hear about silver or gold in the
Get
news,
that.
I know
Stop
you
this.
must be hearing
Come back
all
later.
kinds of questions about that.
Yeah, it's anything that you have a big day like that, we get